Hey guys, hey coaches. There's like this live thing is a little bit different now. But I'm hopping in here. I'm wearing my Shift Shop shirt. Like, guys, do some wear and share, okay? Like, go get something. Go look at the sales. Like this will spark up conversations, and you feel like a badass that you're wearing your yeah, I just did this program this morning. Like you have this like way about you the rest of the day where you're like, I'm like walking around Trader Joe's and I'm like, I don't know if you know this, but I just did Shift Shop. Like I was like fully prepared to have someone like ask me, you do Shift Shop? Like do you know what this is? So like I don't know, it just like put this like spark in me. So I wanted to, talk to you guys because, something that I want to get down, get to the basics and, okay, so you are a coach and you want to have a successful business. And what I'm here to tell you is guys, you have to, if you want to have a successful business, and maybe you're struggling, maybe you don't know where to go, or you're like, okay, I want to be awesome, but I don't know how to be, or I keep falling off, or I'm not doing the things I'm supposed to do, and it's I want you to go back and pretend that you are a challenger again in a challenge group. And what did you do when you were a challenger in a challenge group? Okay, start from the beginning, right? You didn't know what to do, right? You started out, you wanted to lose weight, you had a goal. And when you were a challenger in a challenge group, when you had this goal, and you're like, you know what, I want to lose 20 pounds, and you had this goal, but you're like, I need guidance, I don't know what to do, I need someone to help me, right? Awesome. There's training. There's training in Coach University. You have access to legit the top team in Beachbody. You have access to that training. Let that sink in. What job, do you join in? Okay, and so of every other MLM and every other thing there is out there, selling wraps or whatever the heck people like to sell, I don't know, stuff, the fact that you can be like, hey, I'm in a team where, I have access to the top training of the whole company. I have access to that. So then you need to reflect, okay, well, what the heck am I doing? What things am I not doing to get to where I want to be? Okay, so let's think about that. And let's get you there. So I'm saying you need to be a challenger, because if you want to have a successful business and you're okay, I want to be good, I want to do this, what do you need to do? Well, okay, so you need to be a challenger, and okay, so you have this goal, so now you need the training and tools. So you have the tools, you have the training, just like a challenger. And then let's say you plateau, right? And you're I've been inviting all these people, and no one's doing anything, or no one's responding to my stuff, or I'm posting stuff on Facebook and nothing's happening. What would you do when you're a challenger and you had that plateau, right? When you got to that point where nothing was moving, nothing was working, right? The same thing. What did you have to do, right? What do we tell our challengers? Up it. Whatever you're doing, change it. Something isn't working, stop. Reevaluate what you're doing. If you were a challenger trying to lose weight and you weren't able to lose weight, or you were hitting that plateau, what would you do? You wouldn't just give up. We tell our challengers, don't give up, keep going, try something different, do whatever, right? Why aren't you doing the same in your business? That's what you need to be doing. You need to be treating it like you're a challenger. So in your business, if you are not progressing, if you are sitting at a plateau in your business and you're crap, people aren't answering my invites, or people aren't, or I'm posting on Facebook, I'm posting on social media and they're not messaging me, this isn't working, right? Remember, as a challenger, we have challengers that say this, we say this, we've said this before, and you had that plateau, and what do? You have to change it up. You have to say, okay, whatever I'm doing isn't working, I'm not getting anybody, I'm not hitting Success Club, or whatever your goal is. If you're not getting there, act like a challenger and get back in it. I'm at a plateau, what do I need to do? Well, I need to change things up. You need to change it up. Something isn't working, and that's okay. That is okay. The fact that you want to progress as a coach and be better and want to make this work means everything. So it is okay that it's not working, but then change it up. If you were a challenger and someone said, and if you're a challenger in a challenge group and all of a sudden, like, you're like, oh my gosh, this isn't working, you know, you wouldn't just, like, roll over and be like, this isn't working, I give up. Jen needed this. I hopped on the, yeah, yay. But I was just thinking, you know, that this is, like, the point when you come in your business, and guys, like, if you're listening to this, I hope you are, everybody, I've been there. Like, I have had times in my business where, you know, it plateaus a little. Sometimes we just get stagnant. Like, we get comfortable doing the same things, you know, and maybe what worked at the beginning, you know, we're like, oh, it's not working right now, and you're wondering, you're like, oh my gosh, and you're not going to roll over if it's a challenger. You're not losing weight. You're not going to be like, well, whatever, I give up. I'm not losing any weight, I give up. Yeah, so don't do it in your freaking business. Like, don't do it in your business. Like, okay, it's not, like, you know this works. We are legit on the top, like, the top team of all of Beachbody. We are the top team in Maryland, which is also in the top team of all of Beachbody. We have access to every single training, every single resource, anything you could possibly want, you have access to. So if something needs to change, it has to be within you, and you have to say, okay, like, what I need to do? Okay, up it. Like, for me, when this happens in my business, when I feel like I'm plateauing or people aren't, first off, guys, let me tell you that if you're in the beginning of the month and you're having a freak out and like, oh my gosh, it's not working, every single month in the beginning of the month I have a freak out where it's like you're so excited, like you ended the last month like I hit Success Club, yay, and then the next month you're like, what, I'm at 0? Like, that 0 is like a punch in the gut and you're like, oh my god, I gotta start all over again. But you have to, instead of thinking of it like that, you have to think of it as lives change. Like, you have to think of it as an opportunity. Cool, I'm at 0, how many people can I help this month? Like, awesome, cool, I get to start all over again. Like, I get to help people all over again and match my, like, you know, the amount of people that I want to help succeed. I get to match that. Like, awesome. Like, my energy, I get to go and throw that out to the world and try to help people. I get to be passionate about it, you know? And maybe that 0 pushes me to be a little more passionate because I know at the beginning of the month, I'm a little more, like, you know, excited to, like, talk to people like, oh gosh. And then when I hit Success Club, this is my downfall, and this is where I've screwed up in my business, is where I hit Success Club, and then I'm kind of like, I feel fine, and, you know, I feel comfortable, where, like, if you want to build a business, if you want to help more people, don't stop because you freaking hit Success Club, like, keep going, and actually, and that is what hurts me, because when you stop going, you stop having those follow-ups for the next month, you know, and you might say, well, I'm not messaging many people because I want them to buy next month. You can't control anybody's life. You can't control when they want to buy. You know, like, you can push them, but people are going to buy when they want to buy. And if you have the chance to help them 2 weeks earlier, like, think about how you could change their life by 2 weeks, guys. We just got results from Shift Shop in 3 weeks. Think if you help somebody 3 weeks earlier in their life, how that could change somebody, right? So think of the mentality. Your mentality has to be, I just want to help people, okay? And I promise you, you will be successful. So, anyway, going back to what I was saying about you just treat your business like you're in a challenge group. You get in a plateau, you do something different. Okay, you up it. Like, what I tell people when people come to me and they're like, I'm in a plateau, I don't know what to do. I'm like, you need to up it 10%. Whatever you were doing before, you need to up it 10%. So maybe, you know, if you're in a plateau in your business, cool, you up your invites a little bit. You friend more people. I mean, maybe you friend 3 people a day. Now you're friending 10 people a day. You can't do too much because Facebook will legit put you in jail. Like, they'll put you on Facebook jail and you won't be able to friend anybody. So, you know, but, or if your posts, if your posts that you're putting out there are, you know, like, if you look at your own posts, if you go back in your post and like, well, this is boring, you know, like, well, then everybody else thinks you're boring too. Like, so go and be like, okay, put energy. And guys, like, when I think at the beginning of the month, when I start to get a little nervous, like, oh my gosh, what am I doing in Success Club? And I start to freak out and I have that, like, little plateau on my business, then, one, it's because I was slowing down last month. Like, the last week, I was like, letting it ride. And then, so what, now I have to start all over again with that momentum. Stupid. Keep the momentum going from, like, if you never stop with the momentum will never stop. Okay, let's do it again. Ready? If you never stop with the momentum, then the momentum will never stop. You are in charge of the momentum. If you keep it going, you are going to keep on going, okay? So keep it going. But when I start to, for me, like, I start to get a little more bold in my posts, like when I'm like, you know, and sometimes that is like that plateau, like getting out of that plateau you need, like getting a little more bold, or, you know, and not so like mean, but more like, oh, you know what, passionate. And just like, you know what, I'm passionate about this. I'm going to just say it. I'm not going to beat around the bush about it anymore. You know, like, you know, invest in your health and do this and stuff. And I just, instead of like, you know, doing like stupid, you know, you know, or I make more recipes, or I do stuff that people like, or, you know, I boost a couple things so I have more people to talk to, or I just get really bold and I'm like, you know what, I don't care, I'm going to message them. Like, the people that I'm really scared to message, I just do it. And that's when you start to see your business grow. So, Amanda said yes, the mentality to help people. Yes. So that is where your, like, head has to be. And seriously though, it is okay. It is okay if, you know, you want to do this for a business because you want to make money. And so does and guys, like, it is okay to have that feeling. Like, this is your permission to have that feeling of, like, I want to make money. I want to make this a business. That is okay. Like, doctors who save lives, like, they have that mentality too. They also want to make money, you know, but they also want to help people, you know. So, like, you are still a good person for wanting to make money and make a business out of helping people. Like, it is a positive thing. You could do plenty other things with your time, but the fact that you are taking your time to build a business out of helping people and investing in other people means that you're an amazing person. So just, if you are plateauing in your business right now, if you are like, if it's just one of those things and you're like, you know, just treat yourself like a challenger, what would you do? You would keep going. You have the tools. You know what to do. You just have to apply it. You just have to, like, go for it, okay? I know that you guys can do this. Like, I know it, okay? And you have me, okay? Like, you know, again, remember, just like when you started a challenge group and I was your coach, or someone in the group was your coach, we're still your coach, you know, so you still have me, and you have me no matter what, no matter who's your upline. You have me to talk to and say, like, Baron, like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do about this, or you're feeling down, or you just want to talk to someone and freaking cry. Like, I have those days too. You can do it. You're allowed to. Like, that's cool. Amanda said we explained the boomerang dance for people. Oh, okay. So, one, if you don't have boomerang on your phone, go download it. It's free. It's an app. And boomerang dance is for, as soon as we wanted to celebrate successes, you know, in the challenge group, or in our coach group, and we wanted to celebrate successes, and so you know, one thing we heard is that to do like a dance, like have a dance party within every time you sell a challenge pack, every time you help, or you get 2 success club points, so either Shakeology HD, or sometimes the performance line's coming up, whatever it may be, you know, whatever, when you feel it and you're passionate and you're like, just sold a challenge pack, do a boomerang dance and celebrate. So we have little dance parties in our Manna, you're probably like, what in the world are all these people doing, and like, you know, dancing in this freaking group? So, alright guys, well, I just wanted to pop in, and I'm thinking of you, and I had another reason why I wanted to come in, and I'm going to be posting, I had a successful, you know, like, conversation, and so I like to share, like, when I need to share those more with you guys, like, when I'm successful, because within these successful conversations, you also see that at the beginning, it looked pretty unsuccessful. Like, I started this conversation with this person in March, and just today, she's, like, committed, and so, like, that's amazing, and, like, you know, some people can look at it like, oh my god, it takes that long. But at the same time, I took 5 months to build trust with this person. I took 5 months, you know, I didn't talk to her every day for 5 months, but I just, for 5 months, like, I gave her a wave. I talked to her like, hey, I'm still here, you know, like, you're always welcome to join me. I showed her I wasn't going anywhere, you know, and that's, you know, what matters. So, I promise you guys, when you join in, you know, the people that are in it for the long haul and that can see, like, you know, that, like, the payout will come out. But, again, you have to say, I want to help people, and I'm gonna, you know, and it will come back to you. Like, and it will be amazing, and you're gonna feel amazing, because you're gonna be able to make money, you're gonna feel good about it, you know, and you're gonna be saving people's lives. Seriously, like, Beachbody legit saved me. Like, I was in a really low spot, and so I think back to, you know, that Farron when I, you know, do this. Like, what if, and I would have never joined, I would have never asked to be in a challenge group, guys. So when you are inviting people, maybe I need to do another, like, post about this, but when you are inviting people, I want you to think of me, like, sometimes, in that I would have never asked to join a challenge group. I wouldn't have. Like, if you would have posted you know, I'm starting a Summer Slim Down, who wants to join, I would have never messaged it. I would have never messaged you, I would have never done it, because that's how bad I felt about myself, that I didn't even want to admit that I had a problem. So, you know, like, it is, so when you message people, think, like, what if I'm messaging the one person that needs me? Like, you know, and people at work would say, oh, you know, Farron, oh, you're skinny or whatever. Like, they didn't know what I was going through, that I was hiding behind scrubs, or that I wore Spanx when I would go out. You know, like, they didn't know that, you know. So, like, what if you were inviting a Farron, you know, to join a group who like, was in a really low spot that just needed somebody? Like, you know what I mean? Like that, when you think of it like that, like, you know, don't prejudge anybody. Keep doing, like, keep inviting, and, you know, and you don't know whose life you're going to change just because you had the balls to just do an invite. And your invites are genuine. Like, hey, you want to join a challenge group? I'm hosting. Cool? No? All right, see ya. Like, it's awesome, guys. You guys are awesome. So, anyway, I love you guys. And if you have any questions, I'm here. And tonight, I'm going to be going to Virginia because we are going to get Core de Force live certified tomorrow. So, we will come live and tell you what that's all about, and hopefully be able to teach it soon. All right, see you guys.